everybody, and thank you for joining me today on this important announcement. I'm Jeannie Ives, and I'm here to introduce Keith Pekau as the next congressman for the Illinois 6th Congressional District. At this time in our nation, it is now more important than ever to heed the words of that great Illinoisan, President Ronald Reagan, when he said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction." We cannot be that generation. Long before he became president, those famous words were spoken by Reagan in 1964. Now, 57 years later, they speak to us today as our country has experienced unprecedented usurpation of our rights and freedom. From blanket lockdowns of small businesses, forced remote learning for young school children, to the shuttering of church services and mandated vaccinations, Democrat politicians have used their power to take away our choices and our freedom. Virtues like prudence have been absent for too long. Political elites decided they know best where we can go, what we must wear, who can work, what medicines we can take, and then they just handed us the bill. Politicians spent $6 trillion in 2020, and that wasn't enough. Now the Democrats have asked for another $6 trillion this year. Just on Friday, both Sean Casten and Marie Newman voted for a $1.75 trillion spending bill after having spent $1.9 trillion in March and another $1 trillion last month. And they still want more. The new taxes to pay for this will give America the highest personal income tax rate in the developed world at 57.4%. Crony green energy programs account for over 30% of Friday's spending bill, the result of which will be to send jobs overseas, send energy prices higher, and still not achieve their climate goals. They are wasting our money and endangering our future. This madness just has to stop. I am here today because I want my freedom back. I want politicians to stop spending my money for their pet projects and goofy ideas that do not make America stronger or more prosperous or truly help those in need. I don't want my children or anyone's children saddled with unprecedented debt, unsecure borders, or a nation unable to respond to threats from abroad or crime from within. Turning back malfeasance is not that difficult. Simply elect different people. Change out the politicians, and you get different results. That's why I am proud to announce that Keith Pekau, Air Force veteran, small businessman, and mayor of Orland Park, is running for the Illinois 6th Congressional District. The contrast between Keith and the two Democrats running against him could not be clearer. You might as well be represented by Nancy Pelosi if you choose to be represented by Sean Casten or Marie Newman. Both Casten and Newman are among the most extreme of their party. Keith, actually, may be one of the most experienced and well-rounded candidates to ever throw their hat in the ring for this office. On keeping us safe, as a veteran myself, a military mom, and a suburban taxpayer, I trust Keith. An Air Force combat pilot who completed over 1,500 hours of flight time, including 45 combat sorties and 150 combat hours over southern Iraq. And as mayor, whose focused effort to improve public safety made Orland Park the safest city in Illinois in 2020. On letting us keep more of our money and getting rid of wasteful government programs, I trust Keith, who, as a mayor, cut spending, balanced the budget, paid down debt, and lowered taxes. In just one term, Keith cut operating expenses by 14%, paid down nearly $40 million in debt, and lowered property taxes by 3%, all while significantly increasing investments in the village's infrastructure. You see, it's easy to spend someone else's money like Pelosi and her followers Casten and Newman have. It's harder to do more with less, which is what Keith has done. I am very excited and hopeful for our nation because in 1 year, neither Sean Casten or Marie Newman will be around to give away more of our money for their pet projects, for sheltering illegal immigrants, for bailouts of student loans, or for Planned Parenthood, all paid for with higher taxes from us, and all at the expense of ignoring America's security. Finally, we have someone we can respect in Congress to represent us, someone who has common sense like us and believes in American exceptionalism and our enduring national values that still make us that beacon of hope in the world. I am confident, after seeing what the last 10 months have brought, the honest, hardworking men and women from across the 6th Congressional District, from Wheaton and Downers Grove to Bridgeport, Alsip, and Orland Park, are now fully aware of what harm the Democrats will do when given total power. Keith Pekau is conservative, thoughtful, tested, and ready to work for you in Washington, D.C. I heartily endorse Keith for Congress. Stop the insanity. Elect Keith Pekau.
Thank you very much, Jeannie. Thank you, Jeannie, for those kind words. I value your friendship and your support. I also want to thank my fellow mayors, other elected officials, and members of the Orland Park Village Board who have joined us here today for this announcement. Lastly, I want to thank my friends Steve, Matt, and Ben, and everyone here at Alexander Equipment for hosting this today. I am here today to announce my candidacy for the Republican nomination to represent the new Illinois 6th Congressional District. I decided to take this step because politicians in Washington, D.C., like Marie Newman, Sean Casten, and Nancy Pelosi have put special interests, party politics, and extreme far-left agendas ahead of doing what's best for the people that they represent. I will fight the radical progressives in D.C. and vote for common-sense solutions to help Illinois families, just as I have as mayor of Orland Park. I defeated a 28-year politician to become mayor of Orland Park in 2017, and have worked alongside these trustees to defeat the radical left in my hometown ever since. Together, we instituted term limits to put an end to career politicians. We cut the mayor's salary by over 70% and eliminated pension benefits to stop local elected officials from getting rich off of taxpayer dollars. We have put the people first and done what is best for the people in our community. We have changed local government in Orland Park to focus on doing the right thing for residents and for small businesses. I look forward to bringing that same mindset to Congress by putting people over politics. I will fight inflation and reduce taxes on hardworking Americans. Reckless spending by Democrats in Washington has led to the highest inflation since 1980, causing working families to struggle to keep up with rising gas and grocery prices. In Orland Park, we work together to cut spending, balance the budget, pay down debt, and lower taxes. In just one term, we cut operating expenses by 14% and paid down over $50 million in debt, while more than doubling investments in the village's infrastructure. We also reduced property tax rates by 22% in my first term. I will bring the same fiscally responsible leadership to Congress for the residents of the 6th District and for all Americans. I will work to grow the economy and create good-paying, middle-class jobs. It is high time to bring economic growth and prosperity back to our country, especially right here in the 6th District. I will fight to hold China accountable as it tries to push global economic policies that hurt American businesses and our working families. I will support American manufacturing and work to bring manufacturing jobs back to reduce our dependence on China and other foreign countries. Look around. Go out there. Look around here at Alexander Equipment, and you will see a showcase of American manufacturing companies. Morbark chippers, Rayco, and Carlton stump grinders, manufactured right here in the United States, in Michigan, Ohio, and South Carolina, respectively. As a small business owner, I know what it takes to create jobs. I used this experience during my first term as mayor to help diversify the economy in Orland Park, protect and revitalize Orland Square Mall, and pave the way for over 600 new businesses to open in Orland Park. I will also keep 6th District families safe and our neighborhoods secure. U.S. and Chicago crime levels are at record highs, and Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx has let violent criminals roam free. As a result, suburban families are seeing frightening increases of crime in our once peaceful communities. I will fight to keep our residents safe and businesses safe, just as I have in Orland Park, where crime is at the lowest level it's been in 27 years. Our violent crime rate is the lowest for cities over 50,000 in the state of Illinois, which resulted in Orland Park being rated the safest city in Illinois in 2020. These results are driven by our proactive police department that is the model for the rest of the country to follow. As someone who has flown combat missions, I know a little bit about putting one's own life on the line, and I can tell you that those missions are nothing compared to what they face on a daily basis. The citizens of the 6th District and all Americans deserve common sense leaders that fight for them. My record stands as a stark contrast to the failed far-left policies of Maureen Newman and Sean Casten. My experience and success as an Air Force officer, a small business owner, and a local mayor has prepared me to take on the extreme politicians in Washington, D.C. As your congressman, unlike my opponents, I will put people over politics. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Frank.